Hey there viewers, Concept here. It's been over a year now since I didn't play Driving Empire by now on the old map, but seriously, and by the way that I didn't want to remember something. So I feel like I remember I driving like in old school racing machines like GT4 cars on Project Track Day back on this year. So anyways, welcome to a brand new series of Driving Empire. So we got a realistic city and some things that they looked like before. So I'm going to be spawning some cars. So before I'm going to be spawning some cars before testing. So if I'm going for public races on the public server, I have my current cars. So I got the C701, the Dodge Viper ACR, the Supra Mark V, the Alfa Romeo race car thingy, and a Ford Cobra GT350R, and a Nismo GTR 35. So here's some cars that I wanted to buy. Even it is standard, that shouldn't buy so easy that I wanted to buy. And now this update, we're going to buy something else, and this thing looks like even awful about this. And I love to drift some cars like American, so if I'm going to be racing for the public server, so let's test it out for some features that I want to do. So sorry I can't do that. So let's test those cars that I wanted to driven. The new map is so cool, fresh American roads, and we are actually in Florida, so we are supposed in a dangerous place. It's about to get more foggy than I ever seen. So what about to do this? So what about this? So I'm going for a public server. So this time I should test this out before the test was complete. Even the buildings, skyscrapers, or anything that you want to go on the roads without having a bounty. So just I have to clear any bounty. So if I'm going to spawn this car, so this should happen by this. I don't really think so, but I'm going to drive this car. And this car that I actually do to modify this vehicle, I changed the rims, and because I changed the spoiler, it looks like a GT1 race car, so bear that in mind. So I love to drive this kind of car, but seriously, I didn't want to drive like this. So I need to modify the Supra, but I don't think it was sadly legal, but as well. Now after the testing vehicles is complete, now I got $3,000 and I got 850 miles that I driven. So let us go to the public server. So before I'm going for a public server, so I just needed to buy the Mercedes C63 Black Series. So if I like to buy this, so maybe I need to require to get this car after some events. Even we're going to get some events after the events. So I need to buy this car and Porsche 911, just like I buy this kind of RC car. And what if I'm going to buy something like road cars or even stock cars for sure, because for buying this car like randomly, if I need to buy something like a race car for beginners, and I think I found some racing cars like for sure, we got the Cobra GT350R. It's just like 2020. It's a vehicle type. We're going to buy this, but I need to require it for $96,000 for sure. So I'm going for big events that I have to do so for requirements. Alright, we are in a public server. So we got body kits and some kind of random things and random stuff. So let's run on events. Let's teleport into something, a custom track. Let's teleport to drag race. I just eventually spawning a C7ZR1, so we have our first challenge. So we're gonna beat this McLaren. So we got a good challenge for you boys. We got the Corvette C7ZR1 versus 720S. So who's going to be winning after some kind of time. And let's see what happens if I beat this guy. And here we go. And that McLaren 720S is accelerating too fast. And the 720S is winning. But seriously, this man was crazy mad. Or something is very dominating, or I don't know what is something it takes for him. So we're at the highway race, so we got lots of challenge to go. So we got Hennessy Venom, the Ferrari F8 Turbleader, and 720S versus Corvette C7 ZR1. And we're about to do this event, so we're gonna hit this event. But I think Hennessy Venom GT is way more faster than my Corvette ZR1. So who's going to win is about ZR1 or isn't, or 720 or Hennessy Venom. And here we go, and away we go. So I'm up behind some cars, oh by the way, and looks like the Hennessy Venom is gaining up to me. And looks like I'm getting away, but looks like I'm almost to finish. And by the way, take that. And we across the line, and I finish in first, gladly. Sadly, I just win in first position. So let's move on to our next race, and we move on to our next event. We are in the Gioia Costa circuit, so we are going to battle against them, Corvette versus 720S. So if we're going to win this race, we have to win including this Jesco. So the Jesco may win because it was too powerful. By the way, it must be the world's fastest car. So by the way, we're going to win this race, but not anymore because the Koenigsegg Jesco pushing to the lead. And Koenigsegg Jesco has taken the lead. We got 3 seconds that it was far away from him, and right behind him is 720S. It was been in last place because this place looks like Gran Turismo on the Trial Mountain, or even some kind of track, even raceway or something like that. I love such a wonderful place, but I completely overshot, and the McLaren 720S is coming by the way. And we move on roaring in the tunnel. And this is gonna be very stressful in this hard kind of corner. So I have to slow down on this stressful corners. These must be the stress corners after going through in the tunnel. And I just bypassed the checkpoint as well. But I think the Koenigsegg Jesco wins. By the way, I need to catch up with him, but not anymore. He's too far than me. And the 720S has gone DNF. The 720S is out of the race. And we got still more couple of corners to go. It is way more hard than I ever thought. And entering the Gran Turismo mode enters some kind of stuff like this. I need to complete much corners as fast as possible, so I need to win for some time. There is a peaceful corner, and try not to go hard, and rowing to the tunnel. Okay, there's a stressful corner, so I need to slow down, and we got itself for a perfect speed. Just remember that. So if you go too fast on these rounding corners, like stressful corners, you might get a spin out or something and you shooting out of the track. So please try not to do that by the ways. And I just almost bypassed the checkpoint before the finish. And we are back in the town, and we are exactly as we're in second position. 95% progress as we're going for end the race on time to win the season. This is not a actual collab, it's the Koenigsegg Jesco. And finally, the McLaren 720S has been disqualified, so move on. So looks like we are dueling for the final race. We are racing in cross-country race. we have to race around the world because I driven for 860 miles that I driven. So please bear with me that I'm going to be winning against him because it was the fastest lap of this kind of owners, like something that I wanted to do so. Even, here we go, we're about to find out. We are ready for Corvette C701 versus Koenigsegg Jesko. Who will win for this final challenge? If I'm going to get so much bounty, I might get caught by police. So here we go, let's do this by this whole time until the final race drops. And the green flag's in the air, and it's green flags, and away we go. And the Koenigsegg Jesko has passed the lead, and it's all time to get away. Look at the Koenigsegg Jesko go. He's pushing further, and he's hard on the top. Since I have the horrifying mistake, and also the Koenigsegg Jesko did, because I have a lot of mistakes that I do. So I wanted to do so I need to catch him as fast as possible. So we're pushing into the road courses, and we are in rallycross extreme sports, and we just mistaken, or sometimes I just made even a big mistake like extreme sports. Even we're entering the rallycross, and I just bypassing and mistaken the checkpoint, and we are about to enter the rallycross and made it out of here into the interstate. So we're just going to stop by and make sure I'm not going to kill instantly, since the Koenigsegg Jesko has gotten away for that some kind. This would be a long journey for this time. And by the way, I need to finish my event, and I bypassed the checkpoint. I mean, seriously, I just missed a checkpoint and I ran into a stop sign that I hit the stop sign. So be careful not to bypass in speed cameras. Be careful if you speed try to pass them, you become wanted. And I got my first bounty, so looks like we are clear to go and find a way to our finish. We are almost there to the finish, but I think I heard it close to the finish line, and we are so close that the Koenigsegg Jesko wins. But I finished in second place. And finally, it's all over for me. And the finish line is right over there. And I finished in second place. And you see this guy, I got 254.2 seconds to 20.1 seconds onto the lead. So we got a lot of seconds to get on the lead. So by the way, and that's enough. And also I forgot to buy this car, like the Ford Mustang GTR, and it looks like a Cobra GT350R. So let's buy this car, and for sometimes I'm going to be buy this car by sometimes. And by the way, I left to buy this car, and wait a second, that I need a lot of money required. Sorry for that. And we just got a off sale vehicles because we cannot able to buy some new vehicles because they already have sold out and no one requests for a limited time. Since I finally despawn a ZR1, but hopefully that's it for this video. If you like to see more videos on my channel, please like and subscribe if you're new, and also click that bell if you want to do so. So I'll be see you in the next video before I'm going to release a part 3, which will be Turbo Concept signing off, and I'll talk to you all later.